Hey there, real estate agents. Today, this is the Bru Shaka Show, real estate in the real world, and we are talking about tips for new agents getting into the business. I'm Bru Krebs.
And I'm Shaka Walker. And we're happy that you guys tuned in today because I'm pretty new at this still, and I know that getting advice from other agents is very key and what keeps my business going. Hearing the things that, if I could go back to the beginning, this is what I would have told myself. Mm-hmm. Or, hey, these are things that I'm learning today, and I've been in the business for a very long time. I mean, not me, but these are things that I'm telling myself now, like, this knowledge is key, and we want to be able to bring some knowledge to some of you new agents out there.
And even me, being here in the business for 27 years, I mean, I learn things, and I love to share my knowledge and information because the business is ever changing. And be sure that if you find this information valuable, to like, comment, and share. The more people that we can reach, the better off. We'd like to be able to help people. And that does help us to beat the algorithms out there if you like, comment, and share. And of course, if you have any questions, please be sure to comment those as well, because we would certainly love to answer any questions and future topics for the shows if you have any of those too. So be sure that you do those.
Yes. So let's talk prospecting, Bru. I know that's like every real estate coach's favorite thing is, are you prospecting? Are you prospecting?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you could go back to the beginning and tell brand new agent Bru a thing or two about prospecting, what would you say?
First thing I would say is don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone and to, do the things that scare you a little bit. They're not as scary once you've done them. They're just really not as scary once you've done them.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know I have to tell myself, because it's still a big challenge for me, is because everyone's afraid of the no. They're afraid of the angry person on the phone call, the angry person when you do the door knocking, the person that rejects you. Well, for every no, that gets you closer to a yes. Mm-hmm. And those no's are coming from people that may not be your tribe.
Yeah.
And you're just searching for those people that are your tribe, and they will give you those yeses.
And be sure that you put it out there.
Yeah.
I mean, put it out there to your people, to your friends, and people that you know, because the people that you know are going to be the ones that share their information.
So if you've ever wondered, what is it really like being a real estate agent? How do you get started? What are the first things that you should do? And like, what's some of the advice that someone that's been in the business would give to a new person? Well, we're here to give you those facts. If I could go back in time and tell myself anything as a new agent coming in, it would be to relax and lean in on the people that you know. More often than not, people want to help you. And by that, I mean they want to help you succeed in your business by giving you a chance. I know it's very frightening, or it was for me starting out, asking those around me, hey, do you know anyone that may need any help with any real estate needs? Or have you heard that I'm in the business? I would love to at least give you a free valuation on your home. I mean, not asking them for them to give me anything, but even asking, can I give you knowledge? That was hard for me. And I wish that I would have gotten over that, because more often than not, I'm finding now that those around me are loving the value that I'm able to add to them, but they were just waiting for me to ask.
Well, and I think you really want to focus on systems and being systematic. You really want to make sure you have a good CRM and you know how to use it. I mean, you're actually using it, because I think one of the biggest mistakes, I know one of the biggest mistakes, when I started the business, I didn't keep up with all the people that I sold homes to. Mm-hmm. I mean, hundreds of people when I first started, I didn't keep up with because I didn't really, the original companies that I were with didn't really say, didn't really push you on the CRM and stuff like that. And I know now it's so much easier for me to keep in touch with those people because I have a systematic way of doing it, so that you don't forget, because it's easy to forget. You get so many things that are going on in the business that you forget exactly what it is that you're supposed to do. And the CRM helps you keep those things in order, keeps your tasks in order, make checklists. I certainly am a heavy believer in checklists.
Your checklist and your calendars.
My checklist, my calendar is absolutely critically important. Make sure that you block time. You block specific time for calling on prospective customers. You block specific time for showing property. Learning. Block specific time for learning. I spend 1 to 2 hours every single day learning something. Mm-hmm. Even at 27 years in the business, I spend 1 to 2 hours learning something every day. Because number one, the real estate business changes all the time. And when I first started, we didn't have. They had MLSs were in a book. And you had to make Xerox copies, and you put them in the book, and you flip the book and decide who was in there, who was not in there. Then we did get somewhat automated. Then I was in the building business, so we would actually literally go around to the real estate office and hand them flyers. We didn't have photographs and any of this other kind of stuff.
The e-blast.
No, we didn't have any of that stuff. So it was all very manual. Mm-hmm. And then we had fax machines where we could fax up. Nobody uses a fax machine anymore. Everybody scans and emails everything now.
So it seems that like it's a forever changing
It
thing.
is, it's
but the one
always
thing
changing.
that I think we can all agree on that never changes about it is that it's a people business.
It is a people
It's about
business, absolutely.
helping people to reach their goals, helping people move from one place to another,
Well,
to either get a bigger place, smaller place, whatever it may be. You're dealing with a person on the other side of that.
And let's face it, a computer can't understand what it is that you really want. They can't understand how you feel, or what your desire is towards a specific neighborhood or a specific style in a house. A computer just can give you what a computer can give you. It's impersonal, and it's not able to think and customize like a human being can. A human can actually understand, okay, this is why you want this, and maybe even if you're thinking of this, you want this, but we might be able to think, a human might be able to say, oh well, this would work here, but this also may work. Whereas a computer is not going to be able to say, okay, a fourth bedroom might also be an office, or something along those lines, or a rooftop terrace might be similar to a community that has a rooftop terrace or something like that. So a computer can't quite make those distinctions like a person can, and somebody who knows the market. You can plug numbers in a computer, they have the specific parameters that you can go to, but when you start having somebody who knows the market and has seen the buildings and says, oh, it's like just like the one that I did last night. We're going to go show them the guy started out looking at single family homes. That's all I want. Single family homes. It's got to have a balcony, and it's got to be super modern. Well, started looking at condominiums, didn't really like those, and then I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is the style that he wants, but I saw this other condominium. It actually belonged to a friend. It's not my listing, but it does belong to somebody else, somebody that I know, and I've been in there. I was like, this condo is actually maybe a good fit for this client. And when I mentioned to him, he's like, oh yeah, I saw that, but I wasn't sure about it. And then I sent him a picture of the view, and he's like, oh yeah, we got to go see it. So a human can put those things out, whereas a computer can't, because if he was only looking for single family homes, the computer would never take him out of single family homes.
Yes, and so one thing that I'm hearing there is, for one, connecting with people. This is a business where the more people you know, the better off you're going to be. It's not as advantageous as TV makes it. Being in connection with more agents, knowing more agents, being liked by more agents in general is going to make it a lot easier for you in this business, because 90% of the time you're working with another agent on the other side of that deal. And if you know them ahead of time, they may give you heads up of a new listing they have that might be an off-market opportunity for your client. But getting to know agents in the field, getting to know the buildings in the area, knowing the differences in the different condo buildings, the differences in the different communities, what you can get for your bang for your buck in one place versus another, that education aspect is huge. And I don't know if a lot of agents know that, like, if you don't have business, go find business by educating yourself so you can know something that another agent might not know. Being at an open house and being able to tell a client the differences between two different condos that they're looking at could be enough to win you a yes in working with that client over another agent.
Well, and you hit the nail on the head with the working with the other agents and having a good relationship. I mean, we won one in a multiple offer just last week, or well, 2 weeks ago, and several offers, but I knew the agent. The agent knew my reputation, and they chose our offer because they knew it was solid. And where there were some others he didn't know, it really did put a huge feather in our cap when we made our offer. And today, with offers being so nuts, you have to be on point. You got to have it. You got to have it together. I mean, you got to be good. You got to make sure that you get you help your buyers win the deals, because you don't win every deal anymore. I mean, sometimes it's 10 shots at it before you get one that you actually get, because it's such an insane market. Now I expect that to start to change. I saw that mortgage applications were off 8% last month.
Oh wow!
They were down 8% because of the rise in interest rates and the increase in costs. So that means that there's going to be. I think we'll probably see that continue to go on. But yeah, it's quite a different world out there, and it'll be different next year than it is this year. I mean, think about how different it was. What did you start 4 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Think about how different it was 2 years ago to what it is right now.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's just 2 years.
And one thing I've learned in that is build tough skin. This is a business to where you either are in it to win it, in it for the long haul, or you're a part-time agent, and
this
isn't really what you want to do. And that, I wouldn't say, is a wise decision to get into the business thinking that, because it is grueling out there right now, but it's also great. It's a great opportunity to really learn the market, to really stand out by sticking out and persevering and winning for your clients. But it takes a lot of effort. It's going to be some losses, but you have to be able to pick things back up for your clients, because it's hard on them just like it's hard on you.
Well, being a part-time agent right now, I mean, really any time is a huge disservice to your client, because you don't know enough about the marketplace. You know, I get it. You want to make that extra commission or have that little extra supplemental income, but if you're really in the business, you're in the business to help the customers. Because when you help other people get what they want, then you get paid commissions in droves. And helping them get what they want and achieve their goals is really, really critical to your success. And if you're not, you know, if you're, say, I don't want to say one job or another. But let's say you have one job, okay, and maybe you're traveling all over the place doing this, and you're here only, you know, a couple of days a week. Well, you can't very well look at properties on a regular basis. You can't see what's going on in the marketplace.
Clients are upset with you.
You can't show property. Let's say your customer needs to show something on Monday, and you don't get back till Friday. Well, you've got to find somebody to show them or something like that, and you're probably going to lose them. So being a part-time agent is really, it's a very challenging, I think, thing. And in my personal opinion, it's a disservice to the client, because you really need to be there for your clients. I mean, we work pretty much 7 days a week sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's what has to be done, especially in a market like today, you know, where it's so competitive. Because if our buyer sees a property, we got to be over there like in 20 minutes to show it to them, and then 30 minutes later, we got to be writing an offer if they want to. Because if we wait 2 days and then, you know, wait another day or so to write the offer, their house is gone.
Yeah.
So it's a huge disservice to your client.
And I think you pointed out something really big right there. Knowing your contracts. As a new agent, knowing and understanding your contracts is one of the biggest things that you should do. Right off the bat, get in front of your laptop and write as many pretend offers as you can, so that you get very quick and efficient at it, and that you can catch those mistakes so you don't make a mistake and then let your client end up in a bad predicament. But you have to be able to get those contracts out so quickly in a market like today that a day is too late.
Yeah,
if you have to wait until the next day to call an agent that, hey, I need help writing this offer because I don't know how to attach XYZ exhibit, well, your client could end up losing out. So get to know those contracts, and also have a good agent. I mean, I prefer working on a team, because as a new agent, you get extra leverages and extra knowledge, and you have a team that you can rely on. Whereas if I was a solo agent and I had a question super late at night, if I didn't have a mentor or someone that was an experienced agent that looked to that I could call on that late, I don't know what I would do. I would
well, if you're
be
not
Googling super late at night, how do you do this?
If you're not on a team, if you're not on team, I mean, shadow an experienced agent. You know, listen to what they say. Maybe work as an assistant. You know, because you do learn so many things, especially with an experienced agent who's dealt with the problems. Because what happens in the real estate business is there's like a bazillion things that come up at you. You know, you can have a new problem every single day. And if you've done it for a long period of time, you've seen a lot of those problems. And of course, if a new one comes up, you have a little bit more expertise and experience in how to handle it. So if you're following somebody or help, you know, shadowing another experienced agent, that gives you a tremendous advantage over somebody who's just trying to figure it out. And like you said, being on team is tremendously valuable, because you have resources and people. You know, you can call somebody on your team. Maybe even if you couldn't show a property at a certain moment, you call your team member, hey man, I need you to go over and show this property real quick, and they can help you show the property to your client rather than you lose the client to somebody else.
And being on a team also helps to boost confidence, which confidence is huge in this game. If you're not confident in yourself and your ability, your client will sense it. The agent on the other side of the deal, if you're talking to them, they'll sense it, and that is very hard to get over. And it usually leads to distrust or concern. And in a market like now, where every deal is volatile because we have all these offers that are going way over list price, knowing that the agent on the other side of the team, the buyer's represented agent, knows their stuff, can keep the deal together, can help to make sure that the home appraises, that's super key. And I had to learn that myself, is to start trusting myself, and the fact that I educate myself routinely every week, making sure that I know what I'm doing, I'm getting smarter, I'm getting better every day. Remembering that, staying confident in that is definitely bode well for me in my favor. But if I was in this alone, didn't know what I was doing, it would be scary for me as well. But have that confidence, because your clients are looking for that, and the agent on the other side of the deal is looking for it as well.
Well, I mean, and continual education is important. I mean, I've been in the business for 27 years, and if I didn't study 2 hours a day, I mean, every day, you know, 5 days a week, I'd be falling behind. And I mean, that's with 27 years of experience. And I can tell you the most, and in fact, proudly, I can tell you the more I've been in the business, the more I've realized how important that is. And also work on your business, not just in your business, you know. Set aside some time to think about, okay, how do I want my business to run? You know, what are my goals? Where, you know, how many sales do I want to make? Who's my customer? Build an avatar for your customer. Make sure that they know who they are. You know who you work with. I mean, because the thing that I've learned, I think mostly over the years, is you can't work with everybody. Everybody's not a fit for you, and that's okay. I mean, I know a lot of times, especially as a new agent, you want every single deal. You want whatever you can get. You want every single deal, but in the truth be told, go after the ones that fit for you, because those deals, number one, they're going to be much easier because they're going to be people that know, like, and trust you, and they fit and jive with your personality. And the ones that don't, you just let them go, and don't be upset about it, because I mean, it can be like, oh my God, I lost this customer or whatever, but sometimes that can be some of the greatest blessing that you ever had.
Yes. And I mean, if you're in this for the right reason of helping people, if you feel like you're not best suited to help this particular person, but you can connect them with another agent that may be, you're helping them by letting them go.
Right.
It's not necessarily hey, I'm done with you, let me ignore you, throw you out the door. There's ways to continue to help someone without you being in the driver's seat.
And you could refer them to another agent.
Yes.
You know, I mean, for example, a client that may identify with me as a driver, maybe, you know, would be different than somebody who works with you, who's, you know, more of a people person. So, you know, and so reverse wise, a person comes to me, they're a super, you know, friendly, peaceful person, and I'm a really heavy driver. I may send them to you because you're more of a personality fit for them. Mm-hmm. And I understand that. And, you know, we just take a referral fee. So, you know, you still make money off of them, but it also helps them get where they want to go and helps you get where you want to go, mm-hmm. and make it all fit. So I think those are some great tips for new agents.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys got some really good information out of this today. You know, starting out as a new agent can be challenging. It can even be a little bit intimidating. So hope we've given you a few tips that are good for you. Like I said before, please be sure to like, comment, and share our video. That helps us with the algorithms and helps us to reach as many people as possible. So for now, I'm Bru Krebs.
And I'm Shaka Walker.
We really appreciate you tuning in today. And if you like this video, be sure you watch the next one that comes up on your screen. I'm going to bet you're going to love that one.
And if you're a new agent out there or thinking about getting your license and you want some more tips or you want to just talk, or if you're looking for a new place to call home, we're always looking for great agents to add to our team. So give us a shout out. We'd love to talk to you.